I'm here in Salt Lake City, and even though I have a Halloween 4 shirt on, we're in a Halloween 5 neighborhood. Directly behind me was the convenience store. Right there where my finger's at is where Mikey had his car parked. And if you swing this way, you will see the school that Michael Myers stands to the side of while he's watching Sam and Tina. In today's episode, we are going to be exploring all the locations of Halloween 5 that we can possibly get to, including the ones behind me.
Follow me to the sky. We can leave it all behind. Follow me in this world of mine. In this world of
I want to let you guys know that I have an eBay store. I'm selling lots of horror and wrestling collectibles from my own collection and shipping them directly to you. The link is in the video description as well on the screen, so feel free to check that out. Filming locations. We're going to go visit our very first filming location this morning. And this is definitely going to be the most scenic filming location we're going to visit on this trip. We're heading out to Cottonwood Canyon here in beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah. Beautiful area. It's right about over here where the Hermit Shack from Halloween 5 would have been, right in this area. And then not far from here, we're going to see where Michael Myers crawled out of the canyon after being blown down the mine shaft. So if you come out here looking for the Halloween 5 location, to give you a really quick overview of where it's at, that is the entrance down there. And then all of this behind me is a parking area. So what you want to do is go by this first parking spot here on the left. There's a cut through to a short trail, which is over here, and you almost immediately come up to where the beginning of Halloween 5 was filmed, which is right there. That exact spot right there is where Michael Myers comes crawling out of. He drops into the water and goes downstream that way. So that's a really quick directional on how to get to this exact spot. We can't exactly see what's down there, so this is as far as we can possibly see. I'm not going to go any further down. This is the area for Halloween 5, that part of Halloween 5, the opening was filmed. To give you guys an insight of what this is, it goes extremely high up, much higher up than it looks, because I had zoomed out. So if you're a Halloween 5 fan as well as a nature lover such as myself, I highly recommend coming out here, spending the day. It's a gorgeous area, the view is unbeatable, the sights and sounds are unbeatable. Bring a lunch, spend the day out here. It does cost $15 for a day pass for parking at the front. But this is by far my favorite location that I visit when I do come to Salt Lake City. So we're just going to explore this area for a minute here on the video. I was actually out here in 2022, and that was before I had any kind of YouTube channel that I did locations and stuff on. And one of my main regrets of not having recorded something was right here in Utah. and I took a lot of pictures during that trip, but I was not into videoing back then. And that's one of the regrets that I have. Those could have been my first 3 videos, Halloween 4, 5, and 6, when I visited Utah in 2022. So to make up for that, I'm going to be doing these videos now in 2024. So this is the Carruthers house from both Halloween 4 and Halloween 5 here at 509 3rd Avenue. The house looks a little bit different because it's now white, whereas it was red in both films. And the street has grown up quite a bit in 35 years. There weren't quite as many trees back in 1989 as there are now. The gate from the Carruthers house appears to be the same gate that was used in the film.
The farm's parties always rock.
This is where Tina and Rachel would have stood in front of the house. And then if we look over to the left, you will see the neighbor's house where Michael Myers was hiding in the bushes. If you look at those 2 pedestals and the screen cap, they are still here, and you can see them there at the neighbor's house. Although it looks a little bit different because all the bushes that were there in the film have been trimmed down. And this point of view shot is where Michael Myers is standing with his big neck mask, looking on as Rachel enters the Carruthers house. Over here at 502 3rd Avenue, this from the movie was Michael Myers' point of view. You could see this house across the street, but it's no longer a house, it is a coffee shop. And there's actually people having coffee out here as I'm filming this. Rachel leaves the Carruthers house and runs next door for help from Mr. Cornish, the neighbor, whose house is here at 515 3rd Avenue. It's actually the next house over, just like in the film. And if it looks familiar, it's because it was also used in Halloween 4 when Michael Myers was stalking Jamie. So this is a double Halloween location, Halloween 4 and Halloween 5. And also in the iconic Halloween 4 trailer, you see this as well. This is the street where Max ran up. He runs right past that street lamp there on the right. Coming up right here where I'm standing to meet Rachel and the clown cops.
Rescue cats.
Fine dogs.
That's a job.
And we love it.
So I'm now in Midvale, and behind me is the Vincent drugstore, which they used in Halloween 4 and Halloween 5. I came early because this is actually a pretty busy street, but we're going to cross the street and go check it out. So this is the street used in the film. I've decided to come early because it's a busy street, and the last time I was here it was really packed. This is looking the other way. Unfortunately, the big famous sign that used to run along the front that said Vincent Drug has been removed. Part of that one is still here. Now it looks like they're working on the building a little bit, or something happened to it. It's under construction, and last time the front looked a little bit different. There was like a fence along the top there, so I don't know what they're doing inside, if they're gonna tear it down or what they're doing, but it's changed to a degree since 2022 was the last time I was here. This is a storefront. So it's right about here that the kid is waiting for the bus that the man in black steps off of. That all happens right here in front of Vincent Drug as well. The bus stops right about here, and you can see the little dog right about where this plate's at on the ground. So this doubles as a Halloween 4 and a Halloween 5 location. This is more of the street that the Vincent Drug Store is on. For you guys who have never been here or never will have the opportunity to come here, this is the town of Midvale, where that portion of the film was filmed. One other thing I did notice is that whatever they're doing to this building, whether they're remaking it or retrofitting it or whatever they happen to be doing, since the last time I was here as well, there used to be an antiques sign that was run up there. You could see in the film as well. And it was here as recent as 2022 when I last visited. That's gone also. It used to be right up there. And one other thing they did, which I wouldn't have done, was they replaced those really cool 80s style street lights. They're now more like lamp posts down this street. If this neighborhood looks familiar, it's because we are in the neighborhood of Michael Myers. And this is one of the most controversial Halloween Michael Myers houses that's in the series. Some people love it, some people hate it. What side do you fall on? And there's a lot of houses that look like they could be Halloween houses. This one right here actually kind of looks like the Carruthers house. And then this other one looks almost like the Halloween 5 Michael Myers house. But we are actually approaching the real Halloween 5 house. And personally, I love this house. Yeah, I know it looks nothing like the original house, and I'm probably going to catch a lot of heat for liking this house, but I understood why the director chose to go with this house. This is the gate, the actual same gate from the film. You can see Dr. Loomis walk through it early on in Halloween 5 as he's approaching the Myers house. And this is right about where they would have shot Dr. Loomis from that low camera angle shot. And then this is the Halloween 5 house. It looks almost identical to the film, minus the fact that it has been completely redone as far as the wood and as far as the coloring of it. They were actually working on this house last time I was here, doing the construction on the house, replacing the old wood and painting it. You see there the window that Jamie was sitting in towards the end of the film. Would have been cool if they used that top balcony. I don't believe they couldn't have figured out something to use that for, but house has gone through a number of changes throughout the years, and at one point the house was even listed for sale. So these are pictures that I was able to obtain from online when the house was up for sale. You could see some of where the Halloween 5 was filmed on the inside in these photos as well. I had considered buying this house myself as well, but I would have to relocate to Salt Lake City from Saratoga, California, so as much as I love this house and would have loved to have bought it, it wasn't something that I realistically could have done. This is the street where some of the night scenes were filmed. Where this SUV is parked is right about where the police car would have been parked when Michael Myers comes up and rams him from behind. And then this is from across the street. Just giving you guys a look at the street. For you guys who will never have the opportunity to come visit, this is the street that the Halloween 5 house is on. We're going to come back here a little bit later and visit this location once it gets dark out as well. So as a kind of extra bonus, this is a different look at the convenience store and the street that Mikey drives down. Kind of a backwards view of the movie. Michael Myers is standing over there by those trees on the right, looking at the school across the street over there. Then he comes across this street here, which is actually a one-way street. And the Camaro that Mikey drives parks over in that lot on the right as well. Not sure if this is a screen-used phone booth or not, but there was a phone in the film. And this, what was a convenience store, is now a kind of boba shop, I guess. So I'm standing in the exact spot that Don Shanks was standing in 1989. Michael Myers watched Tina and Samantha cross the street right here. They crossed over and he switched his attention over to the convenience store, which actually has not changed very much at all. It looks like they got a paint job and maybe some new doors, but for the most part, it looks fairly unchanged in the last 35 years. So this is what it looks like inside of the convenience store, which is now the Sweetie D Market. It's a Chinese restaurant, as well as they serve boba and various drinks here. We're going to go get back to our filming locations though out here. One last look before we head out. So it's right about here, right out here in the front where Mikey was polishing his car. Cops drove by right on the top right. Pay attention to that fence. Still the same one as in the film.
Don't you like the dust just a little bit? Yeah, maybe you don't even need to wear a mask, baby. Baby, I'm
So Mikey drives his car down the wrong side of the road, since this is a one-way street that we're heading down. He drives over to the back of the Sweetie D Market. And he actually parks right here where this Honda is parked at.
Alright, that's it. Now go, go, go. And don't drink it all before we get there, okay?
While Mikey's around there, we're going to switch to Michael Myers' POV, which is not shown in the film, but this is a look at what's actually where he comes walking out of. So this is the other way to the parking lot, which Michael Myers had taken. You see that same doorway where Spitz goes back to work through, and then right around the back here, you can see that same brown brick building where Michael Myers comes through.
Okay, asshole. You wanna play? Trick or treat!
We are now approaching what used to be Phil's gas station in Halloween 5. If you look up at the left where that clock tower is at, that's one thing you can line up in the film as well to make sure that we're in the right spot. So you see that clock tower is right up there in the shot from the screen cap. This is a signal light that Michael Myers crosses, and then as soon as he pulls through the light, right here on the right,
Dale's gas station, 5th and Main.
this would have been the gas station. It was demolished many years ago, and it's now a private business. Long since been replaced. This, however, is where Michael Myers parked his Camaro. If you look at the fire hydrant very quickly, you can see that it's the same fire hydrant from the film. To be honest, there's not a whole lot left to line up from this location. I did some homework before I came out here to film and tried to line a bunch of stuff up, and there's literally nothing left. I looked for this brick building with the 2 garage doors. I think it's long since gone as well. This all looks entirely brand new, this entire street. Not a whole lot left to line up from Halloween 5.
Come on.
So this is the first time I've personally visited this location, and in trying to be as complete as I possibly can with the filming locations, I didn't want to leave this one out. This is the corner where Jamie and Billy bump into each other, and Billy lets Jamie know that Tina's heading to the Tower Farm. We're going to cross the street, and that action actually takes place right there on the corner.
I'm gonna make Tina. You don't even know where she is. But I do. Where? The Tower Farm.
Love your costume.
Oh, baby.
Now approaching the Tower Farm. If that house looks familiar, and we're going to stay on the street because that's probably somebody's house. This is where the barn would have stood, and it actually did up until a few years ago. I personally never got to see it in person. There's the house where a lot of the action took place for Halloween 5. Back there, way beyond those trees in the back, is where a good amount of action also took place. We are back for one more location to visit at night. We're back here at the Myers house. I wanted to visit at night just to try to compare this to the source material and see how this looks versus the film at nighttime. Lots took place here on the street at night as well, so it's pretty awesome to be here. See where all the action took place. This is a street, if you recall, all the cop cars came filing out of, as well as the one cop that stayed behind and was parked right there as well when Michael Myers came pulling up behind him. So lots took place both on the inside and on the outside of this house in Halloween 5. And the new owners are doing a great job of keeping the house nice and brand new looking, as well as placed a lot of exterior lights on the outside. There's a window where Danielle Harris was, as well as where Charlie was hung out of. This, however, is going to be a wrap on the 35th anniversary filming locations for Halloween 5. I want to thank all you guys for joining me here on the video. As we say goodnight from Salt Lake City, this has been the 35th anniversary of Halloween 5 filming locations. If you guys enjoyed the video and would like to help my channel to continue to grow, for absolutely free, all you gotta do is hit subscribe, like this video, and share this video. That will help my channel to continue to grow and be able to create similar content such as the video that I made for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys all next time on the channel. If you want to follow my Instagram, it is at the link on the screen, my Halloween life, __ between Halloween and life. See you guys later.